All right, team, welcome to week number 2. I'm going to go over all the workouts for this week and how it's going to progress from week 1, but really fun watching you guys take on the different tests and super excited to see how these progressions go for you. So starting off right away on Monday, we are going to do our Murph prep. So week 1 of Murph prep was very muscle stamina based with high intensity intervals. So this week we're switching it over to long aerobic sustained pacing. Both for Murph, you're gonna need long aerobic strong base, but also a lot of muscle stamina. As you guys know that, you get through half of those push-ups and all of a sudden you start hitting a wall with muscle stamina. So this week, very long. You're going to have 3 different AMRAPs. Each is going to be 7 minutes. One is going to be echo bike calories. Yes, you're going to bike for 7 minutes. The other one is going to have a 1,000-meter run. So a little bit less running from last week, but is going to be all in one chunk, one sustained effort throughout the whole thing. And then your last AMRAP of 7 minutes is going to be rounds of Sydney, which is going to be your pull-up, push-up, and air squat, and you're going to sustain that through 7 minutes as well. It's going to allow big classes to start on different implements. My biggest challenge for you guys, especially on the echo bike calories, is move at a pace that you can sustain for 7 minutes and keep your hands on the handles. This is a full body effort, so I want to make sure that you guys are getting the most out of it. Tuesday, we are going to continue with our snatch progression here. We are going to perform some tempo snatch grip deadlifts so you guys can really feel the position on the way up without any pauses, but we're going to slow it down. However, the next thing is going to be the pause above the knee squat snatch, which we practiced week 1. However, on each squat, you will receive the bar and you're going to hold that position for 2 seconds at the bottom. Really stabilizing you guys at the bottom and getting comfortable in a squat snatch. Isabel training. This one is going to be hard. Giving you a big spoiler alert, it is very high power output. When we do Isabel, right, most of our scores were between 3 to 4 minutes. It's very anaerobic, means I want you to think of it the way you would sprint, 400 to 600 meters. That's how zappy that thing is, right? So what we need to do is train that energy system for you guys to be able to improve your Isabel time. It is a lot of muscle contractions very quickly in a very short amount of time. So this week we're going to do a 1-to-1 work to rest, maybe even more if you're going fast, which you should, but it goes 5 touch and go power snatch, 7 calories on a C2 bike, 4 power snatch, touch and go, C2 bike calories, 3 power snatch, C2 bike calories, and then you rest 3 minutes. So you have a 3-minute cap per round and then a 3-minute rest, so we can shift a lot of people in and out on the C2 bikes. The goal here is to be around 2.5 minutes, meaning that your output is going to be really high. Okay, coaches have a lot of notes and a lot of guidance on what to do with calories and weights to make sure that you guys are picking appropriate loading and appropriate effort. But again, this is hard. It's going to be fast, and that's how we are going to improve your Isabel time. Wednesday, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach here in the middle of the week. I will combine the strength going straight into a workout just to really break up, we do a strength, then we go into a workout. This time it's going to be all in one. You're going to start with a 2-minute clock for 5 sets with chin-ups and dumbbell bench press. With a dumbbell bench press, you're allowed to build just like you will build with any barbell movement. We're going to rest 3 minutes, and then you and a partner are going to go straight into a partner workout. You go, I go style with ski erg and burpee shoulder run. Just to explain the burpee shoulder run, you're going to burpee behind the line. You're going to run down 25 feet. You only have to touch behind the line with 1 foot. You come back 25 feet, go back into a burpee for the next round. A little more interval style, body weight, so we can take a little bit of a break from all of the barbell and high intensity barbell movements, right? So body weight with a partner, a little bit more fun, a little different strength as well. Okay, Thursday, speed box front squat. All we're doing here is we're gonna shorten up your rest on the intervals on the sets, and we're gonna add 3 more sets. So a little bit more volume, same weight, but again a little bit more squatting. Biggest focus is being very speedy out of the bottom, out of that box. The workout for Thursday, it's 4-time workout, a little bit different with odd object. There's some midline flexion with the GHD sit up and the V up. And then we also have 30 total sandbag bear hug squats and some sandbag carries after each round of sandbag squats. It's going to really challenge midline and also your posterior chain stabilization ability, but it's a faster one, just a lot of reps in a small amount of time-ish. But again, different odd object squatting for today, and it's going to challenge your positions in a fun way. And then lastly, for Friday, we have our sumo deadlift this week. For week 2, we are going to add a band to it, okay? A banded sumo deadlift for 6 repetitions at 65-75%. You're gonna add the purple band, and then we still have the 4 seated box jumps. Maybe add a little bit of height because it's a little bit less. What a band does at the top of the lift is provide more resistance only at the top of the lift. Okay, so it's not like we're adding more weight, which you're going to feel throughout the whole movement. The band is going to provide the resistance only at the top. And this is really to just break up your ability to adapt to movements very quickly. We want your body to be surprised more often, and that's how you always gonna make sure that you are making progress with your strength. The last thing we're doing here on a Friday is going to be our gymnastics density progression. We are going to do a short interval with more rest. And we're gonna start with 7 dumbbell devil's press at a lighter weight to where you can move it very quickly. And you immediately gonna go into your pulling, gymnastics pulling movement that you did for the test in week 1. So we're gonna get your heart rate up. You're gonna get your whole body basically having a lot of muscle contraction with the devil's press of a little bit of a burpee pushing off the ground into a dual dumbbell snatch, and you're gonna move that very quickly. As soon as you're done, you go up to your pull-up bar or your rings. You're gonna perform max reps of that skill. We're wanting to train your ability to perform the skill under some heavy breathing and fatigue, muscle fatigue from the muscle contraction that you're going to be doing with the devil's press. So coaches have all of your notes in there. They're going to brief every single modification as well. And these progressions are going to continue and shift training. So just like, for example, Murph Prep, it was pretty intense and very dense on week 1. Week 2 is very long and not as dense. So you are going to be training different energy systems so you can improve your overall fitness. Okay, if you guys have questions, put in the comments. I will be happy to answer anything that you guys are interested or don't understand, and coaches are going to brief you in class. All right, have fun. It's going to be a good one.